Welcome everybody to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at a lesson called Eating During the Dragon Boat Festival. Yay! I love eating and I love Dragon Boat Festival.
I don't really understand the Dragon Boat Festival. I mean, I get that there are dragon boat races.
Yes.
But I just don't understand much of the history. All I know is you're just supposed to eat zongzi. That's it. That's all I know.
Well, you never heard of the story, right?
Oh, there's a story?
Of course, there's a story for everything.
Oh, no wonder there's a story. Is it a long story?
Well, it's not exactly that long, but it's about a really, really famous poet back in the day called Qu Yuan. Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, did he drown in a river or something?
Yeah, he kind of jumped into the river.
Now I remember.
But he was very famous and he was a really nice guy. So people wanted him to save his body, basically.
Did they put rice in the river?
They threw sticky rice dumpling in the river then the shrimp and the fish would eat that instead of his body.
I really do like zongzi.
Me too.
They're so delicious.
I know, but don't eat too much though. It's not really easy to digest.
Well, that's true. And I don't eat meat, so I always get the vegetarian ones.
Are they good? Because I've never tried vegetarian zongzi.
Oh, they're delicious.
Really?
Some are good, some are bad. Just like all zongzi, there's great ones, and then there's just okay ones.
But I really look forward to eating a lot of sticky rice dumplings.
I can't wait. I'm going to eat some. So let's get into today's dialogue about talking about
Dragon Boat Festival. All right.
Basil is sitting in the office break room when Vivian enters.
Hey, Basil. What are your plans for the Dragon Boat Festival?
Dragon Boat Festival? I'm not sure what that is.
It's a traditional festival in Taiwan. We celebrate it by watching dragon boat races on the river. The boats are long and colorful, and teams row to the beat of drums.
That sounds exciting. Are there any other traditions?
Yes, we also eat zongzi. They are sticky rice dumplings wrapped in bamboo leaves with different fillings like pork and shiitake mushroom. Families get together, eat zongzi, and enjoy the races. It's a lot of fun.
They sound delicious. I'd love to try some.
All right, so eating during the Dragon Boat Festival.
Yay!
That's what this dialogue is all about today. And in the first part, telling a foreigner about the Dragon Boat Festival. So that's what's going to be happening in this conversation.
Okay, so Basil is sitting in the office break room when Vivian enters. So we have two characters. One is Vivian and the other one is Basil.
I'll be Basil.
And I'll be Vivian.
Cool.
Okay, so Vivian starts off the conversation by saying, "Hey Basil, what are your plans for the Dragon Boat Festival?"
Okay, yeah, so I guess everyone has different plans. I've never watched a dragon boat race before.
You really should. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, okay, so he says Dragon Boat Festival? I'm not sure what that is.
That's true, because foreigners who are in Taiwan, they might not be familiar with this festival.
Is this just particular to Taiwan, or do they do this anywhere else, like in China? Do they do that?
I am not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either, but it's definitely very famous in Taiwan.
Exactly. It's our national holiday too. So every time we have Dragon Boat Festival, we always have our days off. Maybe like a long weekend, hopefully.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so Vivian says it's a traditional festival in Taiwan. We celebrate it by watching dragon boat races on the river. The boats are long and colorful, and teams row to the beat of drums. You should really check it out.
I mean, I've seen it like
on TV?
Parts of it on TV and like maybe on YouTube or something, but I've never witnessed one in person. So, I mean, I guess it seems pretty cool. I mean, the boats look really colorful and pretty.
That's right. And I think a lot of people, when they're rowing the boat, they always row to the beat of the drum. So there's a drummer on the boat.
So the drummer's like sitting there drumming,
boom,
and then they
boom, boom,
row,
boom,
row,
boom.
row your
That's
boat
right.
gently down the stream. Okay. So Basil says, that sounds exciting. Are there any other traditions?
Because every time we have a festival or a holiday, we often have different kind of traditions, right?
That's true. And a lot of times food is involved with the traditional holidays.
That's right. And Vivian says, yes, we also eat 粽子. They're sticky rice dumplings wrapped in bamboo leaves, with different fillings like pork and shiitake mushroom.
I like shiitake mushrooms.
That's right, me too. Families get together, eat 粽子, and enjoy the races. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when you are having a holiday, getting together with family and eating, it can't be much better than that.
That's right. Okay, so we are looking at this word here, wrap. And that is a verb, to wrap something. It just means to cover or surround something with maybe paper or cloth or other materials. So for example, she decided to wrap the gift in colorful paper. So the sticky rice dumplings are wrapped with bamboo leaves.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
If you are really into 粽子, maybe you can try making one by yourself.
I've never had an opportunity to do that. All I know is that it gets so sticky, like when you have to eat your 粽子, and then you pull off the leaves, and it's like oily and sticky, and it gets all over your hands, but it's all part of the fun.
Exactly. And maybe you can decide what kind of fillings you want to put inside. And fillings is kind of like the things that you put inside the 粽子.
And in general, I just love sticky rice. So I think making my own 粽子, maybe I'm going to start my own tradition.
That's right. And I don't think it's going to be that hard.
I can open up a stand. I'll be like the only foreigner selling 粽子. And I'll be vegetarian ones.
That's right. And then you can probably participate in the dragon boat race too.
Okay, I'm going to do it all. So Basil says, they sound delicious. I'd love to try some.
So Basil has never tried sticky rice dumplings.
He's missing out.
That is right.
All right, why don't we take a break and we'll get back to another conversation.
All right.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的对话是关于端午节吃粽子。在第一段对话里面 ，Vivian 问 Basil 端午节有什么计划。那 Basil 不太清楚这个节日 ，Vivian 就向他解释说，端午节在台湾是个传统节日，人们的庆祝方式是看龙舟比赛。那龙舟的船身很长，色彩很鲜艳，而且呢，龙舟队他们就会跟着这个击鼓打鼓的那个人来划船。那么接着 Vivian 还有提到吃粽子的传统。他说粽子是包在竹叶里面的糯米粽，有猪肉啊、香菇等等不同的馅料。Basil 觉得粽子听起来好好吃哦，他很想要试试看。文中用到 sticky rice dumpling 来指糯米粽。那我们也学一下 filling 这个字就表示馅料或者是填充物，而单字 wrap 是动词，它表示包裹或者是用什么来绕住围紧的意思。好，接着课文中。
A few weeks later, Basil is sitting at his desk when Vivian walks over to him.
Are you hungry, Basil? I brought you some 粽子 to try. This is a Southern-style dumpling from my hometown.
Thanks so much. Is there a Northern-style dumpling?
Yes. For Northern-style dumplings, the rice and ingredients are stir-fried before they are wrapped in the leaves and steamed. The rice in Southern-style ones, on the other hand, is wrapped in the leaves raw and then boiled. As such, they have a lighter taste than the northern-style dumplings, and they are often eaten with dipping sauces.
Fascinating. I can't wait to eat them all.
Welcome back, everybody. So in the first dialogue, Vivian is introducing Basil to the Dragon Boat Festival. And he doesn't know anything about it, actually, right?
That's right.
And so she's telling him about, dragon boat races and that there is a special food, zongzi, that they also eat, they being Taiwanese people, during this holiday. So now we're going to get into the part, she's going to introduce him, right? So she's going to introduce a foreigner to zongzi.
So a few weeks later, Basil is sitting at his desk when Vivian walks over to him. So I'm guessing they're co-workers, right?
Ah, makes sense.
So now Vivian asks, "Are you hungry, Basil? I brought you some zongzi to try. This is a southern-style dumpling from my hometown." Oh, that's right, because there's so many different types of sticky rice dumpling, mainly the northern style and the southern style.
That's right. I wonder if you could put basil in zongzi. Did they ever do that?
I have no idea.
Since his name is Basil, if you could put some basil in there.
Because you can put basil in a lot of different kind of food, like pasta.
I think actually basil would be good in some zongzi.
I guess you're right.
All right, so Basil says, "Thanks so much. Is there a northern style dumpling?"
And Vivian says, yes, for northern style dumplings, the rice and ingredients are stir-fried before they are wrapped in the leaves and steamed. The rice and southern style ones, on the other hand, is wrapped in the leaves raw and then boiled. So that's the main difference between the northern style and the southern style.
I like stir-fried rice. So I'm not even sure, to be honest. I'm sure I probably have, but I don't remember ever having a southern style one. Because, of course, I live in Taipei, which is in the north part of Taiwan. So I've usually experienced the ones that are steamed and stirred. I never watch them make them, actually. They always come done, but we steam them.
That's right.
We always steam them, so
you probably can't tell the difference, right?
I don't know the difference. Maybe if I tried them, like, one by one and really, could taste them. But to me, it seems like stir-frying the rice would give it more flavor.
That's what I think too. And then I think maybe the ingredients they put inside will probably be a little bit different too, but that's just my guess.
So what is an ingredient? An ingredient is a noun, one of the things from which something is made, especially one of the foods that are used together to make a particular dish. So we've mentioned so far that there's a shiitake mushroom.
That's right,
so
pork.
Inside there, but there can be all kinds of different things in zongzi. Our example sentence is, the dish uses a number of fresh ingredients, including tomatoes and carrots.
That's right. So if you want to know how to cook or make a dish, you have to know the ingredients and also the recipe as well.
I just made something with, from scratch using tomatoes and carrots and potatoes and beans. And I put basil in it and noodles. It was minestrone soup. It was delicious.
That sounds really, really good. Okay, and we're looking at this word here, raw, and that is an adjective. So when you say something is raw, it just means it's not cooked.
Right.
So for example, eating raw beef can be dangerous.
Careful.
But there's beef sashimi too. Remember that.
But it could be dangerous.
That's right. Okay, so now Vivian says, as such, they have a lighter taste than the northern style dumplings, and they are often eaten with dipping sauces. Okay, so the southern style would have a lighter taste, right?
Which makes sense, because if you stir fry them, so I think I would I think I'm used to eating the stir-fried ones that kind of have like a lot of flavor and taste already.
Me too. I like a lot of flavor, like a strong flavor.
But I still dip my zongzi, even though it's northern style. Do you dip yours too?
I do too. I love the sauce for zongzi.
Yeah, so what does it mean to dip? To dip means to put something quickly into a liquid and take it out again. So it's not like pouring the sauce on it. You just kind of dip it inside. Like you dip your French fries into some ketchup.
That's right.
For example, Karen dipped the crispy chicken in the barbecue sauce.
Ooh, yummy, yummy. So what does Basil say now?
Fascinating. I can't wait to eat them all.
So when you describe something as fascinating, it just means extremely interesting or enchanting. It's like, wow, that's really, really cool.
Awesome.
That's right. Wow, so we learned a lot about, different traditions on Dragon Boat festivals and different kind of food that we can eat. I love this holiday.
Yeah, now I'm definitely going to have to try and really eat a northern style zongzi with a southern style one and see how much of a difference there really is.
Okay, well, that's the end of today's lesson. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
Bye-bye.
在第二段对话里 ，Vivian 带了一些家乡的南部粽给 Basil 尝尝看。那我们来看看他如何向 Basil 这一位外国人来介绍粽子。Vivian 提到说，北部粽呢是把米和食材先炒过，然后包进叶子里面蒸熟，而南部粽的米则是用生米包进叶子，然后再水煮。因此呢，南部粽就会比北部粽清淡，那常常会搭配酱一起吃。好，单字 ingredient 它表示食材、原料或者是要素构成要素。单字例句提到说，这道料理使用了几种新鲜的食材，包括番茄和红萝卜。那这让 Shane 老师想到，他最近有尝试从头开始制作这个 minestrone soup。minestrone soup 就是意大利杂菜汤。那老师刚刚用到一个用语叫 from scratch，from scratch 就可以表达从头开始，从零开始。下一个单字 raw 是形容生的，没有煮过的，未经加工的。那么 dip 是动词，表示把什么拿去蘸，或是沾，或者是浸。好，补充单字 fascinating 则是形容十分有趣的、极具吸引力的，或是迷人的。这时候 Karen 老师有用到另外一个形容词叫 enchanting，enchanting，enchanting 它可以形容是迷人的、令人陶醉的。那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来学 introduce A to B 的常见用法。第一种呢，可以表达把 A 介绍给 B 认识。例如 Pam introduced her boyfriend to her parents. Pam 把男友介绍给父母认识。第二个可以表达的语义是把 A 引进 B， 像 The plant was introduced to Europe in the 18th century. 那种植物是在18世纪被引进欧洲。那第三种呢，可以表达使 A 初次接触到 B， 像 Amy's grandma introduced her to jazz。Amy 的祖母让她初次接触到爵士乐。好，那以上这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Basil is sitting in the office break room when Vivian enters.
Hey, Basil. What are your plans for the Dragon Boat Festival?
Dragon Boat Festival? I'm not sure what that is.
It's a traditional festival in Taiwan. We celebrate it by watching dragon boat races on the river. The boats are long and colorful, and teams row to the beat of drums.
That sounds exciting. Are there any other traditions?
Yes, we also eat zongzi. They are sticky rice dumplings wrapped in bamboo leaves with different fillings like pork and shiitake mushroom. Families get together, eat zongzi, and enjoy the races. It's a lot of fun.
They sound delicious. I'd love to try some.
A few weeks later, Basil is sitting at his desk when Vivian walks over to him.
Are you hungry, Basil? I brought you some 粽子 to try. This is a southern-style dumpling from my hometown.
Thanks so much. Is there a northern-style dumpling?
Yes. For northern-style dumplings, the rice and ingredients are stir-fried before they are wrapped in the leaves and steamed. The rice and southern-style ones, on the other hand, is wrapped in the leaves raw and then boiled. As such, they have a lighter taste than the northern-style dumplings, and they are often eaten with dipping sauces.
Fascinating. I can't wait to eat them all.
Hey Shane, do you remember Clark, whom I met at that party?
Yeah, of course. You guys seem to hit it off. Why, what happened?
Well, we've been talking and texting every day, and then out of the blue, he just stopped replying. He's been ghosting me.
He's been ghosting you? He turned into a ghost? So is this Halloween? What are you talking about?
No, Shane. Ghosting means that he suddenly stops all communication with me without any explanation.
He did that to you?
Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
That's just mean. You don't do that to people. Hello everyone! Today we're discussing a modern term that's become quite common in social and dating scenarios. It's called ghosting.
Ooh. Yes, ghosting is when someone abruptly ends a relationship by ceasing all communication without any explanation.
It's like the person disappears into thin air, like a ghost. That's why it's called ghosting.
Ghosting can be quite hurtful because the person being ghosted is left confused and without closure.
Absolutely. Let's use it in a sentence. We went on a few dates and then he ghosted me.
Or, I thought we were friends, but she just started ghosting me.
Remember, ghosting someone can be very painful for them. It's always better to communicate openly and honestly.
I completely agree, Karen. And that's it for today's lesson.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.